Spiky Cross. Hi, my name is Anna and I'm a singer.
Hi, my name is Peyton and I am a dancer.
And today, what are we doing I don't know if I wanted to go like this, if I wanted to go like this, or if I wanted to go like...
What am I supposed to do?
Wait, the subtitles are in English. Right? Sorry, there was confusion because it was labeled as Korean.
That was a cool song.
And the spotlights.
There you go.
Wow, okay, yeah. Who's bad and I'm cool.
Yeah,
Got
and
it.
Man in the Mirror.
Juliet and Romeo. Nice.
I like that part the most, the kick. Ooh. I was like leaning with it like I was gonna be able to see around the corner.
Yes. The little effects, the lighting effects are really it.
Oh, the lean forward.
What? Are we going in the hat? Oh, okay, okay. They're going in the hat.
Okay, so when I first heard the title of the song before the teaser started coming out, honestly I thought that it was gonna be like a Black Mirror television show reference, and it was gonna be like super dark and twisted about how like society is failing because of technology and all of that sort of stuff. And while I do enjoy dark concepts, I much prefer this compared to that because like Michael Jackson references. Also because I didn't actually watch that full TV show, so I was like, there's gonna be a lot of things lost on me, so like I much prefer this. I am totally here for the Michael Jackson references. I'm not going to name all of them because that would be the rest of this reaction video, because it's from like the beginning to the end. Just to point out a few in the dance that really stuck out. The kick, obviously, which I was like, oh, I think that's my favorite part. I might take that back. I think it's just my favorite reference. The tug forward in second position, very Michael Jackson. The flipping of the jacket, there's like a mini moonwalk moment. The lean forward and around, like all of that is very Michael Jackson. And it's so obvious that they're referencing it that I wrote all of those down down before I rewatched it and before I watched the live stage. Like, they just stuck out that much. But I think my favorite part of the choreography is actually the beginning of the chorus. It's a little bit more like restrained. It's on like the doo-doo, whatever. I'm not gonna try and sing right now, it's too early. But first of all, I love the vibe there. Like, it's one of my favorite parts of the song. The reason I like the choreography so much is obviously it's not in silhouette every single time they do it. Like, it won't be in silhouette when they do it in live stages for music shows. But because of the way they're doing the movements, it sort of feels like watching a silhouette. It's essentially like choreographed poses where they'll like hit a pose and then milk it out for a few seconds. So like the very beginning is a good example of that. They hit the pose and then they do their head over as they like lean into it. And then when they're moving through the positions, it's very much move one body part at a time so that we're like switching positions, turning, and you can see every single pose. And every single pose is like a Michael Jackson reference. Like, you know, when you go to like a show or something and you'll have like the cutouts of the person performing and like the signature poses, that's what it felt like you were watching. Like, you were sort of watching a CGI rendering of that. 3D rendering, something like a computer, like when you computerize something. Technology is not my forte, everyone, but you know what I mean. Like, when you're rendering something on a computer and you're sort of like seeing it piece by piece, that's what it feels like. Which is really cool too, because of the whole like Black Mirror thing, since the Black Mirror is supposed to be like the turned off computer anyway, like that's where the phrase comes from. Another thing that I thought was really cool was the knee thing at the very end when they drop to their knees and pop back up. Wow, that hurt to watch. Like, I know it doesn't really hurt to do because there's a certain way to do it. Wow, I was like, oh, that's like the standout moment. Anna's turn.
Hello, it is time for my comments. Honestly, kind of similarly to Peyton, where like first impressions were different from what this actually was. Yeah, I have a comment like that because the mini album is called Binary Code. The song is called Black Mirror. So like in the music video, all the like little visual effects, like CGI effects and like light traveling and like all that kind of stuff makes a lot of sense. And like the lyrics have references like get off your phone, stop Black Mirror, and like between 1 and 0, which is literally binary code. But I for sure thought that there would be like way more techno synth sounds in the song, considering like the name of everything, like the sort of like video game sounds that you would typically expect. I'm not saying this is a bad thing, by the way, I'm just saying it was different from what I was expecting. But you only hear like a little bit of it, like hints of it in the pre-chorus build up into the chorus, a little bit in the chorus, and sort of just like in those small transition moments. But instead the song is just like everything you would expect to hear for a Michael Jackson concept. Peyton already pointed out like not every Michael Jackson reference, but like a lot of them in the performance, and like obviously the styling is so clearly that. But like for the song, the funky groovy bass line, it's a wonderful bass line. The bass line is like basically the highlight of this song, very rhythmic. Other MJ references, like the ad-libs that you'll hear, like in the chorus, you'll hear like a ooh in the background, and then like the do-do-do-do-do line that Payne was talking about, and like the whistling lines that are doubling it as well. All so clearly MJ. There's like snap percussion too. I think it's in the chorus, or like sort of a transition moment. They have like a descending sort of drum kit perk line where it's like the do 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 or whatever. That was really bad. I hope Hattie never sees this. But you know what I mean, like that's also typically MJ, but also like especially the drum thing is very typical for like that time period era music. Vocals wise, it's also really prominent in like the way that they're singing. I'm actually really excited that they're doing a more like personality driven song this time, because like, I don't know, I feel like they've been doing a lot of serious stuff lately, so I just want to see them have fun on stage, which I'm sure they will with this one. Musically, there was another thing, the little synth strings that you hear that are like highlights doubling the line, or like a little brrr as like an ornament, bringing it up. To me, it had like a similar effect in your ears as what you were saying on screen with like the little lighting effects. I'm really thinking of like when they do the jacket swoosh move and like it lingers in the air a little bit, the strings sort of linger in the air a little bit. Another thing that happens that has a similar effect or like that works in the same way is, I think it's Raven's rap part during the second verse. Instead of the strings, you hear like little vocalizations like oohs in the background instead that do the same thing. But yeah, that's all I really had written down as notes.
TLDR is ONEUS is back with another great title track, Black Mirror. Honestly, not surprised. I'm very excited to listen to the rest of the album. Mini album. This is just really fun. We're both excited to see them back with something that's a little more personality driven, something they can just have fun with. Also, like, all the MJ references, we're living for it, so they couldn't have gone wrong.
That being said, if you enjoyed this music video reaction, are also excited for ONEUS' promotions with this really fun song, then please leave a like, comment, subscribe,
Ding!
turn on your notification bell,
Ooh!
and bye!